Hello, welcome to Scrap Time. My name is Christine, and in this video I'm going to show you how to make watercolor gift tags. In this video I'm going to show you how to make these quick tags that you can add to your gifts using watercolor paints. Now you can use any watercolor paint you have, but I had this new set here of the Gansai Tambi from Kuretake that I wanted to play with. But whenever I have some new paints, I always like to do a swatch sheet because, for example, it helped if I turned it the right way. For example, down here, this blue looks like really, really dark, but in reality, it's this blue here, which is quite pretty. And the one beside it too. So sometimes the colors in here aren't the true colors once you paint it. So I always like to do a little swatch sheet so I know the actual colors of the paints I'm using. So to make the tags, I'm using these little white tags that I bought at a local store. I like to use the white base because the colors show up nicely, and I'm going to spritz them with water. And I do this so the paint doesn't automatically absorb into it. This way the paint will sort of sit on top and I'll be able to blend some colors. Now looking at my swatch sheet, I know I want to use some of this pink. I'm using a water brush here. You could always use regular brush. And I'm just putting the colors on. Now these paints have some really nice rich pigment to them for a palette paint. And so I'm not thinking too much where this color is going. I'm just adding color to my tags. And it's great, I'm doing 4 here. It's great to do this in bulk rather than just working on one tag at a time. You can just do a whole pile at once. Okay, so with my water brush, I just clean that off. And now I want to add another color. And so I'm going to do, I think last time I did the pale aqua, which was number 50 here. So whatever color scheme you have going with your gifts, you can use those colors or with your wrapping paper. That's a great thing in making your own tags. Everything will coordinate. Okay. It's always good to add a bit of white in there too. I like to add some white. Now right now you might be saying they look like a big mess, but we're going to fix that. And then I'm going to add a bit of the gold. I'm using the bluish gold, I think it's called, just to get a bit of metallic in there. Okay, so I'm going to move my paint out of the way. So now what I want to do is take a tag and spritz it with water, and just sort of the colors should reactivate and marble a bit on each other. Now over here I found I don't have a lot of color, so I can just come back in and just add a bit more pink there if I wanted. But you just want to spritz and manipulate the colors a bit. Reactivate the paint if it's dried. You can use your finger a bit. That's why I put water down first, because I didn't want the paint to completely absorb into the tag. I needed time later to do this manipulation. And then I just let them dry. So I'm going to move them out of the way for a moment, put them over here. So when you come back to my finished ones, you can see how the color is sort of blended together once it dries. And then I just took a little Sharpie or whatever thin marker you have, and I doodled on them and I wrote the recipients' names. So you can do this with any color of paint that you want to coordinate with your gifts. And as I said, you can use any watercolors you have, but if you're looking to buy a new set, this set from Kuretake, the Gonzai Tambi, this is the 36 colors, is a really great set. Their watercolor paints are nice and rich and perfect for so many projects.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to give our video a thumbs up and subscribe to Scrap Time videos on YouTube. In the meantime, here are a few other videos you might be interested in watching. See you next time. Bye-bye.